hope you're doing well. It's been a little while since I've been here on YouTube, and it's definitely not for lack of love. It's just, this winter has been a little full on. There's been a lot on my plate, and I am the queen of piling too many things on and then getting overwhelmed. And unfortunately, this was one of the first things to come off of my list. But I realized that since I've stopped making YouTube videos in the last, month and a half or so, that this is actually like one of my favorite things to do right now. And in order to continue to really nourish my creativity, this is the one thing that can't go. So do expect to see more regular videos. My hope is to get one out every week, and then maybe if I get into a groove, maybe we'll do two, we'll see. So that's kind of the plan. And I have a lot of things that I'm really inspired to talk about. I really want to talk to you guys a little bit about that whole process. And I went through just this whole process of cleaning out my house. I've been through it's just been kind of a tough, heavy winter. And I did a post on Instagram recently, and a lot of you guys reached out and said you related. So I want to do a little video on that as well. But today's video is all about my sober experience at Envision Festival. So last weekend I taught yoga down at Envision Festival down in Costa Rica, just south of, or just north of a town called Uvita. And it is like this huge festival that has yoga and music and permaculture and all these incredible things. There's a heavy sustainability influence. So before I go into my whole experience with being at the festival sober, I just want to show you guys visually what this place looked like, because it was freaking magical. All right, here we go.
It all started with a feeling. 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 It all started with a feeling.
Okay, so first and foremost, I hope we can all agree that that festival was absolutely beautiful. Like, the attention to detail with everything there was so amazing. All the yoga stages, the music stages, all of the vendors. It was just really amazing. So I just want to send massive compliments to the hosts and all the production crews that put that on, and just massive thanks for being invited to be a part of it. One of my favorite things was the sustainability factor. They had no single use anything. They actually had a really cool system where you get like you pay for a little voucher, and that voucher allows you to have whatever reusable vessel you need at any point in time. So like literally almost no trash was created at this entire festival, which was really, really eye-opening and really amazing, especially because single-use plastics is something I'm really trying to work on reducing this year. I find it really challenging, but it was cool to see in a setting how it could just be pulled off so seamlessly. So super, super, super impressed. Envision Festival, you guys killed it. So, to get into the topic for this, for this video, which is about being sober at a festival, I'll just give you a little background about, my story. So when I was, in high school and college, I was a competitive snowboarder. A lot of you guys know that. And there's a heavy like party culture to that community. So I was a big time partier, lots of drinking, lots of other things, lots of other party favors, we'll say. And so in college, the music festival thing was just starting to kind of, you know, blast off. And so, you know, I went to a bunch of different music festivals, went to Hardly Strictly, I went to Coachella, I went to, you know, Outside Lands, I went to Burning Man a couple of times, which I still want to go back to now that I'm doing the sober thing. I want to see what Burning Man sober would be like. But anyways, so I definitely did all the things, all the parties. And about 4 years ago, due to some life stuff, I started shifting away more towards a sober lifestyle. And, you know, in order to not make this video like 30 minutes long, I think I'll save that story for another day. If that's something you guys want to learn a little bit more about, of how I transitioned from that party lifestyle to more sober lifestyle, please just shoot me a comment below in the comment section, and I will definitely make something like that for you guys and just kind of tell the whole story. But anyways, I kind of shifted away from it, and you know, the first couple of years of, you know, being sober were actually like quite uncomfortable in social situations. And I think a lot of it is because we have expectations. So, you know, the people that I had always gone to music festivals with or gone out to bars with or whatever it was, we were partiers and we were partying hard. So that was kind of my expectation, you know, with festivals, is that everybody who goes parties and parties hard, because that was my experience in the past. And so I did kind of carry that into this festival experience. This was my first festival totally sober. I've never, you know, I just guess I just haven't been to any in the last few years. So something I realize is that when you carry those expectations in, you kind of, you're like looking for it. And when I allowed myself to release that, I realized that there are people there for so many different reasons. So at Envision, there's music from like 11 a.m. to 7 a.m., like all the way through the night. But there's also yoga from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then there's permaculture talks. There's amazing food. There's the beach right out the, you know, this pathway. And what I found as I started talking to people is that people are going to festivals for all sorts of different reasons, you know, and not everybody is going to the festival for the big time party. And also, there's not a problem with that. Like if you're going to the music festival for the party, that's totally fine. I'm not putting that down in any way. I just wanted to share kind of my experience, because I found in my own personal life that I was no longer feeling fulfilled by those experiences. And it was definitely kind of an uncomfortable journey to start to shift away and move towards, you know, what felt more fulfilling to me at the time. So when I was able to kind of get over myself, what you realize is one of the reasons why you're nervous or uncomfortable being sober is you think that everybody is thinking about you. You think everybody is thinking like you're lame or whatever, but in reality, people are just mostly thinking about themselves. So when you can release those expectations, you realize that nobody else really cares, especially if you don't make a big deal about it and you just enjoy it. And you can really have a good time. So I had a great time at Envision Festival. I definitely, in the beginning, the first day or two, had that kind of like bubbling up from within of like, you know, that old identity, the old Arielle who felt the need to party and felt the need to do whatever. And so it was really cool to see that bubble up, but then to also release it and to allow myself to really find who I am now, and to know that I have permission to change and grow and expand. And just because this is working for me right now doesn't mean I have to even continue this lifestyle going forward. But it's really cool when you start putting yourself into these situations where you might feel uncomfortable, the ability that it gives you to really learn about yourself, to learn about your own just fears and worries and things like that. And as you break through them, you get so much more confident in who you are as a person. And I really felt that at this festival. I had an amazing time. Overall, the experience was incredible. To go from like the dead of winter to the jungle where everything is just so alive, you know, there's all the bugs, the birds, the monkeys, everything. And then this festival that's so filled with life was a much needed break from this, you know, super long winter. So anyways, that was kind of my experience. If you guys have any specific questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I am totally an open book. I'd love to share any of that with you. And if I need to make a follow-up video to this, I am happy to do that. Thank you so much for tuning in. It feels so good to be back. And if you like this video, definitely hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I am so excited to be back here on YouTube, and definitely expect to see more videos from me. Talk to you soon.